In today's practice lab, I will be configuring OSPF multi-area. As you can see here on the topology, I connected the devices, router 1 with router 2 to router 3, and from router 2 to the internet. Now I will start by configuring the interfaces here on the devices. I'll start with router 1 on these two interfaces. Enable, configure terminal, and as for the host name is router 1. Now on the interface here on the gigabit Ethernet 00, and then the serial interface and 00, and this is with the IP address of 192.168.10.1 with /24 subnet mask, and I will enable the port with a no shut command. On the other interface on serial 000, and this is with the IP address of 10.1.1.1 with /30 subnet mask, and also I will enable the port with a no shut command. Now I will configure these interfaces on router 2, this interface, and this interface, then this interface, router 2, enable, configure terminal, and the host name here is router 2 on the interface of serial 000, the interface facing router 1. This is with the IP address of 10.1.1.2 with /30 subnet mask, and enable the port with a no shut command. Next, on the interface of serial 001, and this is with the IP address of 10.2.2.1 with /30 subnet, and enable the port with a no shut command. And finally, on the interface of serial 010, the interface facing the internet router, and this is the IP address of 10.3.3.1 with /30 subnet mask, and also activate the port with a no shutdown command. Now I will be working on router 3. I will be configuring these interfaces, this interface here, and this interface for this network here. So on router 3, enable, configure terminal, and the host name for this guy is router 3. Now on the interface of serial 001, the interface facing router 2, and this is with the IP address of 10.2.2.2 with /30 subnet mask, and activate the port with a no shut command, and then the interface on gig 00, and this is with the IP address of 192.168.20.1 with /24 subnet mask, and enable the port with a no-shut command. Now I will be working on the internet router. I will configure this interface on this side and this interface for this network connected to the router on this side. So on the internet router, enable configure terminal, and the host name for this router is internet. Now on the interface of serial 000, the interface facing router 2, this is with the IP address of 10.3.3.2 with /30 subnet mask. And I will enable the port with a no-shut command. And next on the interface here to this network, and this is with the IP address of 192.168.30.1 with /24 subnet mask. And also I will enable the port with a no shutdown command. Now I will configure OSPF version 2 with a process ID of 1 on router 1, 2, and 3. Now, on router 1, from the global configuration mode, the command goes like this: router OSPF with the process ID of 1. Now we have two networks, as you can see, connected to router 1. This network here, and the network between router 1 and router 2. So the first network of 10.1.1.0 with the inverse subnet mask of 000.3. And as you can see here that this network is within area 0. So I'll type here area 0. The second network of 192.168.10.0 with the inverse subnet mask of 000.255, and this network is in area 1, as you can see here. So simply type area 1. Now, the passive interface would be on the on this interface of Gigabit Ethernet 00. So the passive interface command is used in all routing protocols to disable sending updates out from a specific interface. This behavior stops both outgoing and incoming routing updates. So on this interface will be our passive interface on gig 00. Now I'm done with router 1, so I'll start working on router 3 from the global configuration mode. I exit from here, type the command router OSPF, and also this is with the process ID of 1. Now, as you can see here for router 3, we have two networks connected to the router. This network here and this network between router 1. So on router 3, the network of 10.2.2.0 with the inverse subnet mask of this. And this network, as you can see here, within area 0. So I'll type here simply area 0. And the other network of 192.168.20.0 and with the inverse subnet mask of 000.255. And this network, as you can see here, in area 2. So simply I'll type here area 2. Now, our passive interface would be here because what does passive interface mean? As I said, it's used in all routing protocols to disable sending updates out from a specific interface. And this behavior stops both outgoing and incoming routing updates. So it would be on this interface here on router 3. So passive interface on the gig 00. Enter. Next, I will be working on router 2. On router 2, from the global configuration mode, router OSPF with the process ID of 1. Now, as you can see here on router 2, we have 3 networks connected to the router. Now, I will be configuring only the networks connected to router 1 here and router 3, but not the network to the internet router on this side, because I will configure a default route on the internet router, and because the interface link to the internet router will not be using the dynamic routing protocol OSPF, I will configure it as a passive interface. So on router 2, we have start with the first network of 10.1.1.0 with the inverse subnet mask of this. And as you can see here, this is within area 0, and this is what I'm going to be doing here, area 0. And the other network of 10.2.2.0, which is linked to router 3 with the inverse subnet mask of this, and this is also in area 0, as you can see on the topology. Enter. And as I said, because I will be configuring a default route on this interface connected to the internet router, so I will configure this interface here, serial 010, as a passive interface. So simply from our passive interface will be on serial 010. Now I will be configuring a default route on router 2. Exit from here. IP route. I want to route from this router to any network with this subnet mask, and my exit or the next hop will be on this interface of serial 000 on the internet router. So I'll type 10.3.3.2 and then hit enter. Now I will redistribute the route to router 1 and router 3. From here from router 2. Redistribution is the process of advertising the routes learned by a routing protocol to another routing protocol. It includes advertising your static routes and default routes also. So here I will go back to the configuration of OSPF router, OSPF with a process ID of 1, and simply type this command, default information originate, and then hit enter. Now I will verify the configuration I did so far. So here on router 2, I'll type this command, show IP route, and hit enter. Now expand this and look at this table and study it carefully. And as you can see here, each letter is defined here on the top. Study it carefully and know what does all mean, and IA, and the same as with the asterisks here. So this is on router 2. I'll do the same here on router 1. I'll expand this a little bit and type this command, show IP route. Do the same, study this table, take your time, do some research on Google, and because you will get a lot of information from this table. Now, I will configure a default route on the internet router. So I did this from router 2 to the internet, or anything to the internet. Now from the internet, I will configure a default route because I did not configure a dynamic route on the internet router. So from the global configuration mode, simply type IP route to any network with this subnet mask, and I want my exit interface, or that the next hop is to be here on this interface on router 2 on the interface of serial 010. Simply type 10.1.1, 10.3.3.1 and then hit enter. So I am done now with the configuration. Let me test connectivity. On PC1, I will ping PC2. From this guy here, I will ping this PC here on this network. So on PC1, I will type ping 192.168.20.2, hit enter, and this should be successful, and it is. And on your keyboard, just hit the upper arrow and then hit enter. It will run the command again. And also from PC1, I will ping PC3 here on the internet, ping 192.168.30.2, and also this should be successful. And it is. And I will run this command again on your keyboard with the upper arrow and then hit enter. This is it for today. Thank you so much for watching. When you reach this point, after you download on the description of this video for packet tracer and the walkthrough documents, just try to run as many show commands as you can on the routers, study them, and if you have any questions or suggestions, or if you need help with anything, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I will answer you back for sure. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll be looking forward to see you